delicious, crunchy tacos from Taco Bell.
Yes.
Super excited, and we're going to do a fun story time for you guys. We're going to talk about our first time.
Exactly. First time. We have a crazy experience that we definitely want to talk to you guys about that just happened recently. So we thought we'd bring it up to you guys.
Yes.
But first, we want to shout out Marco J.
Yes.
Marco J suggested that, once again, he is in our inner circle. Feel free to sign up for our inner circle, guys. The link is in the description. Completely free, exclusive content, giveaways, secret lives, all sorts of different things. Anyways, Marco J in there, he suggested we do tacos, Taco Tuesday. So that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
We got Taco Bell right here.
Yes.
8 crunchy tacos, and I'm ready.
We're so excited.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're going to dig in.
Cool.
And then we're going to, of course, do some fun story time today, which I'm excited about. Because we don't always get to do just like sitting and chatting. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And we love doing story times with you. I'd say those are probably at least one of my favorites. I don't know how you feel.
I do.
Yeah.
I like story times. For our first time, this is a crazy story time.
Yes.
For our first time. Oh, sorry. This, oh my God. This is about our first. It's a crazy story about our first time doing something.
Yes.
We were hesitant. We didn't know to talk about this or not because, YouTube, they definitely cracked down. So we weren't sure if they were going to crack down on this, but we looked at their policy and everything, and we're good to go.
We can talk about it.
We can talk about this. We can talk.
So in case you wonder about the sauces back here, you guys, we have creamy jalapeno sauce, some nacho cheese, some spicy ranch, and another thing of creamy jalapeno sauce.
Yep.
So we thought we would just enjoy and dip in,
For sure. And I got this Ortega
yes.
hot sauce right there. I think it's hot,
Is that still good? Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I hope it is. I used it for the last video. I think it's fine. So it's 2025.
Oh, wow.
So
there's nothing like a crunchy taco supreme from Taco Bell. I know Taco Bell's my favorite. You guys know. But it hits. Tell me if this doesn't hit.
Well, it does hit. This one didn't have a lot of ground beef in it, so it didn't hit as hard as I like, but it still did.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't have a lot of ground beef in that one. Yeah, they don't always make them even.
But it's still very good. I'm not mad at it. What if I told you, I went to go pick these tacos up, you guys? What if I told you that I think the girl at Taco Bell was eyeing me? She might have been trying to flirt a little bit with her eyes.
Which one? Was it somebody we know? Or we've seen before?
I've seen her before. I think you've probably come on me before and seen her too.
Oh, okay.
But
Was she into you?
I think so. She's staring a little bit extra.
Just staring though.
And smiling. She didn't say anything crazy, but she definitely was staring. And then what happens, because I'm trying to say thank you and stuff, so I don't want to know when to look away. So it's kind of awkward.
So you're like, thank you, and staring into her eyes? Yeah.
She's probably right now saying the same thing.
Yeah.
She's like, I think that guy was flirting with me.
Guys,
Not at all.
Jamil's always talking to the people at the fast food restaurants. You're always talking to them. Starting conversation and everything. So,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Well, it's not just there. It's everywhere. You know what I mean?
No, I know.
Everywhere we go.
That's true, yeah.
Stores. I'm always having conversation with
Because
people.
Jamil asks how people are doing, which is really nice. A lot of people don't do that. You know, you're always like, oh, how's your day going? He always says that, so.
And I listen. I'm not just asking to ask.
Yeah, that's true.
I listen and I'll give a response. And let me tell you, a lot of people, they'll tell me and they'll talk to me and stuff. I think a lot of people really care, when I ask that, like they want to talk about their day, I was at Starbucks today, and another story of a girl, but I talk to everyone though, so guys do the same thing too. She comes up to the window because she wasn't the one helping me, it was somebody else, but she saw it was me, and she comes up to the window, she's like, hey, remember last time you were saying you didn't you weren't sleeping and stuff like that? Did you get sleep, And I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing a little better. And I had told her like 2 weeks ago. I had seen her. Yeah, I know, right? So she was like, "Yeah, I hope you get better sleep and stuff like that." She was like super friendly.
She remembered you.
I know.
That's really nice.
But I think it's because I ask people how they're doing. They say how they're doing, and I respond to it. You know?
For sure.
But I do also get a lot of people. I think you would agree with this, right? People that come up to me and start talking.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of an odd thing. I must look talkable because I get people that come up to me all the time. Yeah, so it's crazy.
I think you are approachable for sure. No, they do love to just start conversation.
And the other thing I get, you guys, that's crazy. And I get people constantly saying, "Don't I know you?" All the time. I can't tell you guys how many times I get that.
That one's really weird.
In the last week, I've gotten it at least 2 times.
Yeah.
I get it all the time. So I was like, "I know you, don't I?" I'm like, "No."
He's like, I get that a lot.
Yeah. Some guy was asking me if I was a football player. I'm like, "Nah." Or not football. I was a wrestler. I was like, "Nah, I'm not."
Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. We'll be like, "Hey, welcome back," or "Were you just here like a minute ago?" or something like that.
Yep.
He's like, "No."
Yep. I was like, "Nah, I get that all the time."
You got lots of doppelgangers for sure.
That's what it is. Or just one at least. That just goes everywhere before me. Anyways, let's talk about this story.
Oh yeah, should we dive into the story? Today, Jamil and I, for the first time, went to a dispensary.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is wild. You guys, if you guys go like on a regular basis, you're like, really? Or maybe you don't go at all. Maybe, there's a lot of people that have never been, which was
That's us.
that was us.
Yeah.
We were virgins. Guy knew right away, by the way.
Yeah.
But we'll rewind a little bit, and we'll let you know why we went in the first place.
Yeah.
But yeah, so apparently, it's like you guys know, marijuana is
statewide illegal.
Statewide legal in Nevada. Yeah. So we have dispensaries all over Las Vegas.
Yep.
All over. So we found one that was like fairly close to us. It got good reviews. I don't know. I was like, I didn't want to go to one with bad reviews. Now, like, I'm not 100% sure what would make it a bad review or not. Maybe bad customer service. Maybe they don't have like hella supplies. Who knows, right? But anyways. Okay, so yeah. Well, first of all, we park. I mean, we're just gonna kind of say, so we park. And, you see the people kind of going in and out. Definitely, so far what we saw, it was fine, but like you could tell they were regulars. That makes sense? People looked very confident.
They did.
Did they?
People looked like they knew what they were going for.
Yeah, 100%.
We definitely stood out.
Yeah, we did.
We're walking around looking for the door.
Yeah, the door was all weird.
Kind of like, where are we?
Door's in a weird location, but anyways, found the door. As soon as we walk in, there's this guy behind the glass. For sure. And we walk in, we're like, "Hey." He's like, "Hey, first time here?" We're like, "Yes!" So we must have been just screaming virgins, right? Because he said that.
He did.
But we did look a little like, are we supposed to be here? Does that make sense? Yeah. So he was through like some glass, and then he's like, "Okay, I just need your IDs. I'm going to scan them, and then you'll be good to go. I'll let you in." We're like, "Great."
Yep.
Gave him our IDs, he scanned them, and then he opens the door. I guess there's another door that's locked before you can actually get in.
Yeah, it was like think of it like, if you guys, I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but LA has a lot of banks where, there's the glass in front and stuff like that. Well, I guess a lot of banks are like that. But anyways, there's the glass in front, so you got to like pass everything through the little slit down there. So we slid our IDs underneath that glass, and then he verified it and then let us in. Like
by the way, he was like, "Hey."
Yeah, exactly.
He was
definitely he was lit.
And as soon as you walk in, you smell it, by the way. So that was interesting. I guess it makes sense, but I wasn't sure, But yeah, you smell it. Anyway, so that lets us in, and then you go in line.
Yep.
And nobody else was in line, but it said like walk-ins or like pickup, like 2 sections. Did a walk-in, and the guy's like, "Hey, I can help you." We're like, "Okay," So funny. So we go up to the counter, and so basically, we were like, "Okay," so it was weird. Okay, let's rewind a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Can we rewind just a little bit? Okay. Listen, I used to partake back in the day, a lot.
Yes.
But I haven't partaked in years, okay? When I say years, I mean like before the marijuana's had strand names and the potency and stuff. I didn't know.
Well, yeah. Actually, speaking of that, weren't there like only like 2 or 3 like options? Right?
I stopped right around like purple Urkel was identified, and like that was basically it. But before, you used to literally call your like local acquaintance from either college, high school, who you knew dealt.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, are you around? Can I get whatever? And you didn't know what you were getting. So anyways, this is a long time dating myself.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute. I feel like right when I stopped is where like they kind of started
changing,
coming up with what names of like all the strands and stuff.
Yeah, which is really interesting because for as long as it's been around for, right, you would think that they would have different names and strands forever, but they really didn't. It wasn't until relatively, well, at least, I mean, California is like known, like I feel, for like having like the most current of like stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like any other, they're not gonna have like, I guess California is more advanced. At least, how do I word this? What I mean is people smoked everywhere around the United States, but in California it was like advanced. They always came up with like new stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And when people used to love the California stuff.
Exactly.
Sure.
So my point is, you would think that they would have had like all these different strains early on, but they didn't. So anyways, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like before, like you didn't have like locations to like go in and do that stuff. So this was different for us.
And let's also rewind. I looked on the website before we went. There were like pre-rolls, flowers, topicals, blah, 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 oils. I'm just like, what is this? Edibles, So there are all these categories.
I wanted to ask you about that. See, now I feel stupid because I'm going to tell you what I thought. It said flowers on there. You guys, I was literally thinking they were selling flowers. But now, as I'm putting it together, literally there was a screen that said flowers. You could buy flowers.
Yeah.
I was like, that's nice. I was like, that's kind of cool. They have that.
I am so happy you did it.
I wasn't going to ask anyways, but a good thing I didn't ask. Because now I put it together, I'm like, they're not flowers.
Yeah. Because I think they're called buds.
Okay.
Or they used to be. Okay. And so anyways, if they called them buds, I would have known what that was. Yeah. But I guess they call them flowers now.
Oh, go home.
Pretty sure. So anyways, so I'm glad Jamil didn't ask for a dozen roses. A dozen roses, please, for my beautiful wife.
So I also want to tell you guys.
So.
We went there because of my back. I needed to get some cream. Obviously, I'm just looking for something that's just going to give me more of a medicinal type of thing for my back. So, I'm not going crazy. I'm not doing anything like that, even though, if I wanted to, I could. But for me, really what I wanted to do is get something for my back. Yeah. So that's what we were going to ask questions and stuff like that. Yeah.
We just want to give you a little background about how we're out of it. We're not in the streets anymore. Actually, you don't have to be in the streets. But, we're not in the know. So anyways, so he's like, hey, no. We're like, okay, so we just said, hey, got some back pain, we're looking for like a cream to rub. So the guy, he's like, oh, okay, I got this and this, and then he kind of like, he's like, hold on, let me bring it out. And brings it out. I guess it's like an icy hot. There's like an icy hot cream. Yeah. That you can get. One with just CBD, one with CBD mixed with tea, whatever. Yeah. So he's like telling us about it, what's in it, da-da-da. I was like, okay. And then one with the THC, I was like, so if you rub it on your back, I was like, do you feel anything? Like, do you feel high? He's like, no.
He's like, you won't
I'm
get
like, I don't know.
Yeah. He said it will get into your bloodstream, but you're not going to feel anything necessarily. The cream is just for medicinal reasons for the most part, So that was cool. He was breaking it down. It's funny too because although the guy was super, super friendly, super nice, something just seemed a little off. The reason why is because we were asking him questions, and he was giving us answers, but it was almost like roundabout answers and like really long. Like for example, one thing I said, "Can I? Do you have a cream?" So he's like, "Yeah." Let me go to the back and grab a cream.
Well, great.
He goes to the back, comes back with 2 different creams. You know, and he's like, we're out of the other one, which I don't know what the other one was. He's like, we're out of the other one, but we have, these two, and he didn't say anything about either one of them like helping with pain in the beginning. And I was like, well, hold on. I was like, is the other one? You don't have the other one? And he's like, I was like, the other one, is that one better? He's like, no, this one's better. This one's great for pain, and So it was weird. It was like he wasn't fully like. Answering our questions directly. So, but he was like friendly. So, as we were leaving,
he was high, by the way.
Yeah, that's what we realized.
Oh, sorry. Like I could tell in his eyes.
You could tell.
His eyes for sure. Yeah, super glossy, little bloodshot.
Exactly.
Which is fine.
So that makes a lot of sense.
What is that? Yeah.
So for me, and I didn't talk to you about this. See, I don't know if it's. I don't know. Once again, we haven't been to any other dispensaries and stuff like that, so I didn't know what to expect. Yeah. Well, no, I had an assumption. I had a guess. I thought it was going to be like a grocery store. I thought we were going to go in there and there's like things hanging like on the, things hanging on the shelf and stuff, and you just grab it, look at the back of the label. I actually kind of thought that too a little bit. See the nutrition facts and things like that. You know what I mean?
But of course not, right? Because they don't want people to steal it.
Well, I mean, I didn't know, but you're right. It makes sense going in there with the double security that they had, because that's what it was. I mean, it was like a bank.
Yeah.
That felt like a bank in there.
Yeah. It's all behind the counter.
Yeah.
Just in case you guys don't care. I mean, this is one we went to. Maybe some you do grab. But I don't think
Maybe. Yeah.
Anyways,
what I was saying is, going in there, I'm thinking it's going to be like shopping for candy or something like that. And like a liquor store, you just grab stuff, put it in your cart, you know what I mean? Have the cart hanging off your arm and stuff. You walk around and check out. But yeah, that's not how it works.
I thought it wasn't like that because we wouldn't have known how to navigate.
Exactly.
Also, by the way, while the guy was in the back grabbing the topical stuff, the cream, there was a lady ringing up this guy next to us. She's like, and she's ringing him up, she's giving him his stuff. She's like, oh, what are you going to do for the rest of your day? He's like, I'm going to go home and get high and go to bed. Yes.
I didn't even hear that.
Oh, yeah. He hell said that.
Yeah, I do have to say,
I was like, of course. Yeah.
Exactly. So I want to say this, you guys. Like, so growing up, and I mentioned this before. Like, I never smoked ever did any of that. I did one day, and I've talked about it in the videos. I did one day actually have a brownie, and definitely almost called an ambulance on myself for sure after taking a brownie. I'm trying to not use words that can get us demonetized, but let's just say I was on cloud 9 for about 30 hours, like for sure over a day. For 24 hours minimum, I was feeling it up until about probably the 30-hour mark where it completely went away. Yep. So I was like messed up. The reason why I'm saying this is because I'm not familiar with the culture at all, like at all. Even I've been around people, you know what I mean, that have done it and stuff like that. Right. But to actually be there and like see people like going in and out, everyone knew what they wanted. They looked like they were ready. Like everybody looked like they knew exactly what they were coming there for.
They did.
You know what I'm saying, right?
They did.
And they were kind of mad at us because we were taking a long time asking questions like, so what does this do? How does that work, right?
We were one of those people, 100%. I turned around maybe after like 5-7 minutes of talking to the guy. Yeah. There was a long line. But there were more people. There were a lot of people helping people. But,
there were.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, there was probably multiple people in the line that were like, you guys,
get your stuff and get
out. I just want to get high and I want to go home. Yeah. I guarantee you. I want to just get my stuff and go home. Yeah. So that was, it was a cool experience. Yeah.
So he gets us the topical. It's like it's this icy hot, but there was a non-icy hot one where we're like, well, let's get the icy hot because like that feels like it could work, it would do something.
Exactly.
And then you also asked for, and then Jamil's like, okay, well, what do you have in the terms of like an edible? Yeah. But something with just CBD,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no.
I wanted to try something. That's one of the things, like, I definitely wanted to, because I know that the cream I can put in my back, but I've also been told that, like, when you ingest it and stuff like that, the CBD aspect, like, it can help a lot. So I wanted to get something that had CBD in it. This one had also a little bit of the THC, I guess, a little bit, like 5 milligrams or something like that, really small. So, I did not want to recreate the ambulance situation.
Wanting to call the ambulance.
Exactly.
And
you guys, I legit almost called the ambulance on myself.
We told the guy the story, by the way. This is why people hated us. Why? Because we're like telling the story. But we're like, yeah, you know, like hell years ago, we had like, you know, 2 brownies. We didn't know how much was in it, but I can imagine it was a lot because, like he said, we were both feeling it for well over a day afterwards.
Yeah.
Messed up. We were supposed to actually go to a Super Bowl party the next day. We did it the day before Super Bowl Sunday.
No, we did it the few hours before.
I guess
because it was going to be in the morning when we were supposed to meet up, and we did it like 3 a.m. in the morning. What were we thinking?
I don't know. But I do remember when it finally calmed down for all of Sunday, I was hella chill. Do you remember that? We were hungry. Mm-hmm. I remember what we ate because we were really hungry.
Yes.
We ate Mr. Pickles sandwiches.
Oh, we did.
And we were able to drive, but I remember just being super chill. And then anyways, it was all day.
It was all day.
We just were like chill.
It didn't, but see, okay, it did calm down later on Sunday. Mm-hmm. That's right. But then still, I felt it the next day.
Yeah, you weren't like
I felt it the next day.
Wanting to call the ambulance on yourself like you were Saturday night.
No, I was relaxed.
Sunday you were just chill, but we were tired. We were taking that. Anyway, it was bad.
Yeah.
So we tell him the story. He probably thought we were crazy, you know?
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, he's like, so yeah, start with it. He's like, it's a gummy. Mm-hmm. I think he said it's peach something. But anyways, he's like, yeah, just take it. He's like, this is for beginners.
Yeah.
You know, as if you want, you could just take a half and bite it.
Yeah, I'll be taking something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's like, you're not gonna, want to call the ambulance on yourself. So we're like, good.
Take my phone just in case. That's what I'm gonna tell Kristen. Hold my phone in case I'm tempted.
You're gonna be fine. I'm sure, like, the amount of milligrams, I don't know, but it was probably at least, like,
exactly
50, 60 milligrams. We had a lot.
Yeah,
last time. Anyways,
we definitely did.
So the guy helped us, and then we got it, and put it in a bag, and we left. You know, it's kind of... I would say the topical was, it wasn't cheap. It also was, on sale. A lot of things on sale.
Yeah.
I'm like, I never got discounts when I was doing it.
No.
Like, an eighth was like a certain amount,
Yeah, but that's sales techniques.
Sure.
That's also they want you to come back, right?
Yeah.
But it's really sales, right? I mean, there were people on the corner, I'm sure, that were like, I'll give you 20% off this time.
Yeah.
If you come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're trying to do what they gotta do at these places and stuff.
We're all walks of life in there though. Like there were some people for sure, like you knew, like they were probably high going in. And there were some people you're like, oh, okay, like they seem just probably virgin-ish like us,
Exactly.
just
Blah
blah blah. But everybody was kind of just all walks of life there. Mm-hmm. All ages. It was cool. Oh yeah, as we were leaving, the guy's like, he's like, what did he say? Like, it was not have a good night. It was something like, it was kind of like a peace out kind of thing. Yeah. And he's like, like this. Anyways, it was cool. I mean, it was really nice.
Yeah. No,
so,
was nice.
Tell about the cash situation.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of interesting. So, because it's not... Okay, so, let me say this. He didn't explain it perfectly. Keep in mind, this guy was this high. Like, he was high. The guy who was checking us out. But he did his best to explain the situation
and
a little
luckily,
bit.
we're smart. So we put 2 and 2 together. But yeah.
What we did catch is that because this is not federally legal, it's still federally illegal, they come in, the government will come in from time to time and really crack down on the state and cause little problems. It never gets shut down because in the state it is legal. Mm-hmm. So they can't shut it down completely, but they can cause little issues. Yeah. So what they did was they actually caused an issue where they can only take cash this day or a Bank of America card or something for some reason.
Random.
Super random. They couldn't take anything else.
Which we don't have Bank of America.
Yeah.
And we didn't have cash.
We didn't have cash. I'm like giving him a card. He's like, ooh, can't really take that. And I'm sure the person behind us was really mad because then we had to go to an ATM and then come back. Yeah, they weren't happy.
They had ATMs inside.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll bag it for you if you just want to go to the ATM. We're like, oh, okay, good. By the way, hella people were going to the ATM.
Yeah. We weren't the only ones.
Yeah.
So anyway, apparently, it is an issue sometimes that they do crack down on, and it makes sense because it's not federally legal. Mm-hmm. So there's still power in the federal government to come in and actually cause problems to different states and stuff. You know?
So it was interesting. So he's like, like next week, he's like, as of next week, we're not taking Bank of America cards.
Yeah.
it's only going to be cash, but like sometimes we can take cards. He's like, it just depends.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, so like if we come back in the future, like do we just bring cash? Is that like the best thing? He's like, yeah, for sure. Like cash is gold.
Yeah, cash is king.
Solid. Cash is king out here. I was like, okay, I was just like, oh my gosh.
I know.
But a lot of people were getting cash. So.
Exactly. Yeah, he said something. It had something to do with this POS system. It's I'm guessing because I don't know exactly what, but I wonder if the system has to be checked by the federal government. Maybe they need to check it, verify it. Who knows what sort of stuff they have to do.
Yeah, I think he said something like their POS system.
Yeah.
I think he says is created by the state.
Oh.
Or something. Or I think he said the POS is created by the state, so they're able to take a card physically.
Oh.
However, then the government, the actual feds, kind of regulate, and then they say you just can't do it. I don't know if they tax them or something like that. So anyway.
Yeah. So it was different. But I do want to ask you though.
Yeah.
Were you nervous at all going in there? Be 100% honest.
I will. I promise you. I'm sure you were way more nervous than I was. Listen, I've been in this situation. I know what it's like. I used to have to go to random parking lots and, like I said, meet my person from who I knew, a friend of a friend, hella on the DL. Like, listen, I used to back in the day. So going into a dispensary, I was fine. Out of 1 to 10 on nervous.
Yes.
Maybe a 2 out of 10.
Okay, so you were nervous.
A little bit, slightly, just because I didn't know what to expect.
Okay, you see this?
Yeah.
See my hands not shaking?
Yeah.
That's how I was going in. I wasn't nervous at all.
You're such a liar.
I wasn't nervous at all. It was 100% zero.
Really?
Did I seem like I was nervous?
Yes.
No, I didn't. Did
Were
I?
you?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay, so you tell me I was more nervous than you?
You were.
Well, I always get nervous on different... No! I always get nervous on just doing something new. Yes. I wasn't necessarily nervous because I felt like we were doing anything wrong.
Yes.
I get nervous when I don't know what to expect. You're telling me you had 0 out of 10?
0 out of 10. Didn't bother me at all.
Okay, well, I wasn't bothered by like what we were doing. I like to know what to expect.
Yes. I'll tell you a crazy story.
Did I look nervous?
Yes, you looked a little nervous. While you're asking questions, I could tell you were a little nervous.
No, I just wanted my questions answered.
Did you want to answer?
Yes, I was eager to get the answers.
No, you were a little nervous.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, I know you're talking about like, parking lots, how to meet people, do all that, get all that. Check this out. This is while it was illegal in California. But a coworker of mine was driving him home. He was like, hey, just stop by this area really quick. I want to grab something from somebody. So I was like, all right, that's fine. He didn't know the area. He told me he didn't really know the people there, but he needed to go get his stuff, right? So as I'm dropping the guy off, this dude has these shades on that are like straight up like police shades, like when you see Hawaii 5, you know what I'm saying, Hawaii 5-0 or those, the police shows, the shades like that. Dude had that, and he's like kind of ripped too, and he's like going out, and I'm like, dude, you might want to take those shades off. He's like, what? They're fine.
Oh, the coworker.
Yes. He's like, they're fine. I'm just gonna go over here talk to this dude really quick. So I'm like, all right. Shady area. He went through. He got his stuff though somehow. But I was like, dude, don't walk around like that, man. With those shades on. Yeah. So that was kind of funny.
I just remember, back in the day, obviously it was illegal. So it did feel sketch having to just meet somebody in a parking lot. I mean, you knew him, but it was still sketch. I was always like, police coming, so that was
Of course.
But we all had to do that if you partook in that before there were dispensaries. So.
But now you just walk right into the dispensary and
that's very interesting.
It's so crazy to change.
Times are changing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but it's cool. I like that there's a lot. Yeah, I think it's great that there's medicinal purposes.
Yes.
That people are aware of now, and it's cool that dosages of everything, so you know what you're taking. It's not as dangerous.
Yes.
Because back in the day, you didn't know what it was.
That's what the guy mentioned, right? He said that sometimes you might get a batch from somebody, and it's way more than it should be in there. You don't know because they're not calculating it as much as they're going to.
They never calculated before.
Everything's even in their place because it's a business, so it makes sense.
It's funny, because back in the day, I knew certain ones were they were more better than others, if that makes sense. You could feel a difference. Yeah. But I never, I never thought of why or but it's obviously there's different kinds,
Exactly. Exactly. So,
yeah.
You guys, that was our first experience. That was our first time.
First time.
It's crazy. I will let you know if this cream works for the back.
Oh, yeah.
I really want to try
excited.
it out. Yeah, I know. A little nervous.
Should I put it on you?
Yeah, we'll try it sometime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try it out and see how it is.
Yeah, don't be nervous.
We'll see. That makes me a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. That actually makes me a little nervous.
Putting a topical, you said you don't feel anything. You're not going to feel like that.
Listen, all I know is I could end up calling an ambulance on myself. They're going to laugh at me, take me to the hospital, and they're going to have fun all weekend laughing at me.
You definitely will for this. You'll be good. You'll be good.
Yeah, no, I think so.
No, it should be, it's just to probably like numb it, the area.
Yeah, exactly. I think it should.
Anyways, thanks for listening to our first time experience.
Absolutely. Those tacos were good. I should have got a couple more.
They were really good. I was like, oh no, 4 each is totally fine.
Yes. Okay, can I say this really quick?
Okay.
I was like, Kristen, let's get 10 tacos so we have enough because we're kind of hungry. I haven't eaten really much early, in a while. And she's like, 4's fine. I'm going to only have like 3. And I'm like, okay, well then maybe I can have one of yours. So I'll have 5. So I was like, all right, we'll do 8. Mm-hmm. Do you see an extra one for me, guys? Looks like Kristen had all 4 of hers. No, I'm glad you did.
They were really good.
They were really good.
Actually,
I love Taco Bell. My stomach's settled now, so I'm good.
I'm good. Okay, guys, we love you so much. Thank you for listening to our story time.
Absolutely.
We'll see you tomorrow for another video.
We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Peace out, trouts.